20 cat behaviors you're getting totally wrong and what they actually mean. 1. Tail up and rear raised. Not what you think. You reach out to pet your cat, and suddenly their tail lifts high and their rear pops up. Weird? Embarrassing? Actually, no. It's one of the most intimate gestures of feline trust. That spot at the base of their tail is filled with sensitive nerve endings. When touched by someone they feel safe with, it sends pleasurable signals through their body. In cat language, raising the rear means, I trust you. You're allowed to touch me where others can't. However, for female cats that aren't spayed, this pose can also signal that they're in heat, a biological urge to mate. It's not just affection, it could be instinct. And if you're petting there and your cat suddenly turns defensive, it's not betrayal, it's boundaries. 2. Endless meowing, more than just chit-chat. When your cat becomes a non-stop talk show host, it's not just to drive you crazy. It's their way of saying, please listen to me. Excessive vocalization can mean a range of things: hunger, boredom, anxiety, confusion, or even illness. If your cat is normally quiet and suddenly won't stop meowing, take it seriously. A health check might be urgent. And keep this in mind, Siamese and Oriental breeds are naturally more vocal. But even for them, a sudden change in pitch, tone, or frequency could be a red flag. They're not just being annoying, they're speaking their truth. 3. The lick and bite twist, a love letter or a warning. You're sitting with your cat, they start licking your hand, soft and sweet. Then, out of nowhere, a bite. Not hard, but enough to startle you. This isn't feline betrayal. It's a behavioral switch that depends on body language and overstimulation. The lick is affection. The bite can mean, I've had enough. I'm playing. You're touching too long. It's their version of mixed signals, and the clue is in the ears and tail. Upright ears plus twitchy tail, playful. Flat ears plus lashing tail, fuss, warning. Don't punish them. Observe them. They're teaching you their boundaries. 4. Sudden hiding, a silent emergency. Your playful cat has vanished. They're under the bed, in the closet, or behind furniture. They won't come out, not even for food. This is not a mood swing. It's a built-in survival instinct. In the wild, sick or injured animals hide to protect themselves from predators. Domestic cats haven't lost that logic. If your cat disappears, it could signal pain, illness, or extreme stress. If they hide for more than 24 hours and also stop eating, drinking, or using the litter box, act fast. That silence? It's a scream wrapped in fear. Don't ignore it. 5. Stealing your seat. It's not just warmth. You leave your chair for 1 minute. Your cat is already curled up in it, staring at you like, problem? This behavior isn't just about heat, though cats do love warmth. It's about scent and claiming. Your body leaves behind a smell that comforts them. When they occupy your seat, they're surrounding themselves with you. It's also a subtle way of saying, this spot is part of my territory now. It's not defiance, it's closeness. They want to be where you were because being near your presence, even your residual scent, makes them feel protected. 6. Box obsession, a fortress for the feline soul. You buy your cat the most expensive toy on the market. They ignore it and crawl into the cardboard box it came in. Why? Boxes represent safety, control, and the ultimate stealth tool. In their DNA, cats are ambush predators. A box offers perfect cover. From inside it, they can watch without being watched. Research even shows that shelter cats with access to boxes adapt faster and show less stress. For your cat, a cardboard box isn't trash, it's therapy. It's their safe zone, their fortress of calm in a chaotic world. Respect the box. 7. Needing you. A baby's memory resurfaces. When your cat pushes their paws rhythmically into your lap, it may feel cute or even strange. But for them, it's a return to the earliest comfort they ever knew. As kittens, they needed their mother's belly to stimulate milk. That motion, buried deep in muscle memory, re-emerges when they feel totally safe. When they need you, they're saying, you make me feel like I'm home. It's also a form of scent marking. Glands in their paws release signals that say, this human belongs to me. So yes, you're owned, but lovingly so. 8. Excessive grooming, a cry beneath the fur. At first glance, your cat's grooming might seem like typical cleanliness. But when that grooming becomes obsessive, bald patches, raw skin, or constant licking, it's no longer hygiene. It's a desperate signal. This condition, known as psychogenic alopecia, can stem from deep emotional or physical distress. The causes vary: allergies, fleas, arthritis, neurological discomfort, or overwhelming stress. Think of it as the feline version of nail biting or hair pulling. When cats feel helpless, they use grooming as a self-soothing mechanism. But soothing can spiral into suffering. If your cat starts focusing on one spot or grooming until the skin is irritated, don't dismiss it. You're witnessing a silent scream, wrapped in routine. They're not being fastidious. They're begging you to notice. 9. Dilated pupils. More than just mood lighting. When your cat's eyes suddenly go full moon, it's tempting to think, wow, spooky. But pupil dilation isn't just a reaction to lighting. It's an emotional barometer. In a well-lit room, wide pupils might mean fear, anxiety, pain, or even hormonal activity like being in heat. Sometimes it's excitement, after play or food. But persistent dilation, especially if it's new or unusual for your cat, is a warning. Dilated eyes can signal chronic stress, sensory overload, serious internal pain, neurological issues. Your cat can't say "I hurt," but their eyes might be trying to. You just have to know how to look. 10. Sleeping with you. The ultimate vulnerability. Your cat has a million places to nap, but they choose you. Not the couch, not the soft blanket. You. This isn't just comfort. It's surrender. Sleeping is when a cat is most vulnerable. In the wild, this is when predators strike. So when they curl up beside you or on your chest, they're saying, "I trust you with my life." You are their warmth, their protector, and their safest place in the universe. It's not just about being cozy. It's about complete, fearless loyalty. You're not just their owner. You're their guardian angel. 11. The slow blink, a love letter in silence. Your cat looks at you. Their eyes close, slowly, then open again. You blink back. They blink again. That's not sleepiness. That's affection. In cat language, a slow blink is the equivalent of a kiss. It's trust. It's comfort. It's saying, "I feel safe with you." Scientists call this behavior affiliative blinking. You can even try it yourself. Look at your cat calmly, blink slowly, and watch what happens. This small gesture builds emotional connection. You're not just cohabiting. You're sharing silent "I love yous" without a single word. 12. Destroying toilet paper. Not mischief, but instinct. You walk into the bathroom and it looks like a snowstorm hit. Toilet paper shredded everywhere. Classic cat chaos, right? Wrong. This isn't destruction for fun. It's hunting behavior. Toilet paper mimics the movement of prey, dangling, fluttering, reacting to touch. When your cat shreds it, they're unleashing their inner predator. They're also marking territory using the scent glands in their paws and relieving stress through repetitive movement. So next time you walk into the carnage, don't scold. Smile. Your cat just completed a successful hunt, even if their prey was two-ply. 13. Gift giving. Gross or glorious? You find a dead mouse, a bug, or maybe a toy left at your feet. Disgusting? Maybe. But for your cat, it's sacred. Cats bring prey to their family, not to horrify them, but to teach them. In your cat's eyes, you're either incapable of hunting or still in training, so they bring you gifts to help you learn. Even indoor cats do it. Why? The instinct is powerful. Whether it's a sock, a toy, or a feather, the message is the same. You are my family. I love you, and I want you to survive. Accept the gift with gratitude. You've been adopted into their tribe. 14. Drinking from the toilet, a survival strategy. You refill your cat's fresh water bowl daily, but they still sneak into the bathroom to drink from the toilet. Why? It's not rebellion. It's instinctual survival behavior. In the wild, stagnant water, like that near food or carcasses, could be dangerous. Moving water, like streams, is safer. The toilet? It's constantly flushed, creating the illusion of flowing water. Plus, cats have an ultra-sensitive sense of smell. They might detect chemicals or plastic odors in their water bowls that humans can't even perceive. Also, cats instinctively prefer their water away from their food, a leftover trait from their desert-dwelling ancestors. So when your cat ignores their bowl, they're not being quirky. They're following ancient rules of survival. 15. Midnight yowling. Not madness, but ancient instinct. It's 3 a.m., and suddenly your cat starts singing the song of their people at full volume. You're tired, annoyed, and maybe even a little scared. But what's really going on? This behavior is called nocturnal vocalization, and it's not random. Cats are crepuscular animals, wired to be most active during dawn and dusk. So, that haunting cry? It's part of an ancient rhythm that predates electricity and alarm clocks. They could be calling for a mate, responding to sounds outside, marking territory, or even expressing confusion. For senior cats, nighttime howling can indicate cognitive dysfunction, similar to dementia in humans. It might also be loneliness or anxiety, especially if their routine recently changed. Don't dismiss the 3 a.m. opera. It's not nonsense. It's a message. You just have to decode it. 16. The belly trap, an illusion of invitation. Your cat rolls onto their back, fluffy belly exposed, and looks at you like they're asking for a rub. So you reach out, and wham! All 4 paws and teeth come at you. Were you tricked? A little, but not out of malice. The cat's belly houses vital organs, one of the most vulnerable parts of their body. When they show it to you, they're offering immense trust, not necessarily permission. Touching it triggers instinctive defense mechanisms, regardless of affection. So when your cat reveals their belly, admire it, but think twice before diving in. They're saying, I trust you enough to be vulnerable, but I still need my guard. 17. Furniture scratching. Scent marking, not destruction. You bought a fancy scratching post. Still, your cat chooses the side of your expensive sofa. You feel betrayed, but this isn't about rebellion. It's strategy. Scratching is not just about sharpening claws. It's your cat's way of communicating with scent and visuals. They have glands in their paws that leave a mark. When they scratch your couch, they're not destroying it. They're blending their scent with yours. Also, they need a tall vertical surface to stretch their full body and release tension. Many posts are too short or unstable. To them, the couch is central, stable, and emotionally significant. It smells like you. So naturally, they want to mark it as shared territory. 18. Intense staring, not just curiosity, but connection. Your cat stares at you, long, unblinking, quiet. It feels like they're reading your soul. Maybe they are. Cats are masters of observation. When they stare at you, they're learning. Your habits, your routines, your moods. They're figuring out when food appears, when the door opens, when cuddles are available. But there's more. Some cats genuinely believe they can influence you with their mind. Their gaze is their most powerful tool. And more often than not, it works. You respond. The stare also shows emotional connection. It's their version of watching the person they love, quietly, respectfully, fully present. It's not weird. It's worship. 19. Plastic bag obsession, a warning in disguise. Your cat licks, chews, or pounces on plastic bags. It's funny, until it's not. This behavior is driven partly by hunting instinct. The crinkle mimics the sound of prey rustling in grass. But chewing plastic can also signal a medical issue. Many cats who develop an obsession with plastic suffer from pica, a condition where they crave non-food items. It can point to nutrient deficiencies, dental issues, stress or anxiety, underlying metabolic disorders, like diabetes or thyroid disease. Some plastics also contain animal-derived ingredients your cat can smell or taste. So if your cat's plastic interest goes beyond play into ingestion, don't brush it off. It might be more than a quirk. It might be a cry for help. 20. Sandpaper licks, a sacred feline ritual. That scratchy, sandpaper-like tongue against your skin. It might tickle or hurt, but it's not random. It's one of the deepest signs of acceptance and affection in feline culture. When your cat licks you, they're not just grooming, they're bonding. In wild cat colonies, only the closest members engage in mutual grooming. It's called allogrooming, and it represents family, loyalty, and emotional safety. They're also gathering sensory information from your skin, your mood, your scent, even hormonal changes. And licking releases endorphins, making them feel calm and secure. This isn't just a cleaning session. It's a declaration. You belong to me. You're part of my pride. Every lick is a gift, one that you don't have to understand to receive. You just uncovered 20 of the most misunderstood feline behaviors. And maybe, just maybe, your cat was trying to tell you something all along. They weren't being weird. They were communicating in the only way they know how, through glances, gestures, twitches, and purrs, through silence and chaos, through gifs and scratches. Every action was a line in the poem they've been writing for you since the day they chose you. And now, you can finally read it. So, what behavior from this list surprised you the most? Did your cat ever pull the classic belly trap or gift you a spider at 2 a.m.? Drop your stories in the comments. I'd love to hear about your little mystery. And if this video helped you understand your cat better, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that speaks your cat's language. Because the more you understand them, the deeper the bond becomes. And in that silent space between your heartbeat and theirs, something sacred begins to grow. Even after learning the 20 misunderstood cat behaviors, many owners still find themselves asking, "But how do I know for sure what my cat means?" That's because feline communication isn't loud or obvious. It's layered, subtle, and deeply emotional. Let's break down a few key signals that overlap with the 20 behaviors, and learn how to truly listen when your cat speaks without words. Body language is the primary language. Cats communicate 90% of their emotions through posture, movement, and micro-expressions. If you want to become fluent in cat, start by observing these key signs. Tail position, up and gently curved, friendly, curious, low or tucked, fearful or unsure, twitching at the tip, annoyed or overstimulated, thrashing, agitation or impending aggression. Ears, forward-facing, attentive and relaxed, sideways or back, nervous or overstimulated, flattened, scared or defensive. Whiskers, relaxed and to the side, calm, pushed forward, alert, excited, hunting, pulled back, frightened or upset. These signals often combine. For example, a slowly swishing tail with flat ears and wide pupils, that's a big red flag. Time to give them space. Behavioral shifts. Red flags. One of the most overlooked signs of distress in cats is a sudden change in routine. Let's say your cat used to greet you at the door, but now they just stare from across the room. Or they used to love being held, but now they squirm and run away. Don't chalk it up to just being a cat. Something is off. Changes in behavior can be triggered by pain or illness, stress from a change in the home, new furniture, guests, pets, emotional trauma, even from your tone of voice, grief. Yes, cats mourn lost companions, both feline and human. If something feels different, trust your gut. Cats don't change overnight unless something deeper is going on. The emotional life of cats. Modern science now confirms what cat lovers have always suspected. Cats feel emotions deeply: fear, contentment, frustration, loneliness, even affection. But their way of showing it is often quiet. Loneliness might appear as over-vocalization, furniture scratching, or excessive grooming. Love can look like sleeping nearby, blinking slowly, or following you silently from room to room. Jealousy may show as urinating outside the litter box after you've given another animal or person more attention. Grief may appear as lethargy, hiding, or loss of appetite after a bonded companion dies. Treat your cat's emotional shifts with the same weight you would a child's mood swings. There's always a reason, even if they can't tell you out loud. Misunderstanding leads to mistrust. Here's something most cat owners never hear. Every ignored signal slowly chips away at your cat's trust. If they show signs of overstimulation and you keep petting, if they meow in distress and you tell them to be quiet, if they stare at the door, restless, and you don't offer enrichment, they learn one painful lesson. My person doesn't understand me. And that leads to withdrawal, behavior problems, fear. But the good news? The moment you start listening, the bond begins to heal. The secret to a deep bond: observation and respect. Cats don't want much. They want to be seen. They want a home where their instincts are respected, not punished. They want moments of quiet affection on their terms. They want to be safe, emotionally and physically. And once you give them that, they offer you something extraordinary: unspoken loyalty, silent protection, quiet love. That's why some cats sit beside you when you're sick. That's why they curl next to your pillow when you cry. That's why they follow you into every room, never saying a word. They're not just pets. They're sentinels of your soul. By now, you've uncovered truths that most cat owners will never learn. You've been given the tools to translate the language of the whiskers, the tail flicks, the silent stares. And more importantly, you've started to see your cat not as a mystery, but as a companion who's been trying to connect all along. The next time your cat blinks slowly, the next time they hide after a stressful noise, the next time they need you with their tiny paws, you'll understand. And in that moment, your bond will deepen in a way that words can't describe. If this guide helped you unlock your cat's secret language, share it with a fellow cat lover. And subscribe for more videos that honor the quiet wisdom of our feline companions. Because once you learn how to listen, you'll never misunderstand your cat again.